expected for some reason that he would be out on bond. And obviously that hasn't happened for 3 different.
It seems Sean Combs, better known as Diddy, expected to be out on bond by now, but that hasn't happened, and it's not looking promising. Starting the new year behind bars is a reality no one could have imagined for someone who spent decades building a larger-than-life image of success, power, and invincibility. This stark contrast is hitting him harder than any of his chart-topping hits. Insiders are saying that jail life is taking a serious toll on the music mogul, and it's not just his freedom that's at stake. His sanity might be slipping too. For someone who's never been a hardened criminal or spent extended time in custody, being locked up over Christmas, New Year's, and likely future holidays is starting to take its toll. Diddy's time at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn is a world away from the lavish lifestyle he's known. Sources say he's struggling to adapt to the harsh environment, and it's showing. There are even rumors that he's been using medical visits as a way to escape the confines of his cell. But here's the catch. It's not working out as he hoped. His frequent trips to the hospital haven't helped his case, and his pleas for release continue to fall on deaf ears. Each failed attempt only fuels his mounting frustration. Despite this, Sean Combs isn't backing down. He's still fighting to secure bail as he awaits trial on serious charges. His requests have already been denied twice, but he's holding out hope that the third time might be the charm. For years, Diddy embodied the persona of a man untouchable, living in a world where rules bent to his will and consequences seemed like an afterthought. Now he's confronting a stark and humbling new reality. He's just another inmate, subject to the same rigid structure and grueling daily grind as everyone else. The man who once commanded rooms with his presence now finds himself waiting in line for the most basic necessities. It's a fall from grace that's both shocking and compelling, leaving everyone wondering how long he can endure this new way of life. Will Diddy find a way to maintain his composure, or is the weight of his past finally catching up with him? One thing is clear, this story is far from over. Starting 2025 with anything but a bang, the disgraced mogul is reportedly having a harrowing time adjusting to life behind bars. Insiders reveal that his first holiday season locked up at the MDC in Brooklyn was anything but festive. In fact, it was marked by an alleged meltdown, with reports suggesting he pleaded for medical attention, only to be denied. The realization that he'll remain in custody until at least May 2025 seems to have hit him hard. I think he's just having a tough time coming to terms with it, a source shared. Officially charged with racketeering, stalking, and coercion last September, Diddy has seen his repeated bids for bail denied. His defense team initially proposed house arrest at his Miami mansion and later pivoted to a luxury New York apartment. But the courts remained firm. The risks of flight, potential danger to the community, and accusations of witness tampering while in custody have left judges unconvinced. The most recent setback appears to have pushed Diddy to the brink. Sources claim he has resorted to meditation techniques to manage his mounting stress. Despite these efforts, his appearance speaks volumes, described as thinner, grayer, and visibly more haggard. The toll of his legal battles seems undeniable. When he first got there, this was kind of normal, one insider explained. You're going through a transition, you're depressed, and you don't know what's going to happen next. But what's particularly unsettling is the suggestion that Diddy's unease runs even deeper. The source added, he does get a lot of people in trouble, alluding to potential fears about the dangers of his current predicament. Rumors are swirling about Diddy's growing paranoia behind bars. One particularly chilling theory is that he fears someone on the outside could have connections to a relative working in the prison, someone who might slip poison into his food bit by bit, leading to an early checkout for Mr. Puff Daddy. Whether exaggerated or not, this fear could explain why he's reportedly avoiding meals, suspecting the food might be contaminated. For someone who's never been a hardened criminal or spent significant time in custody, the harsh reality of prison life is clearly taking its toll. Spending Christmas, New Year's, and likely more holidays behind bars has pushed him into uncharted emotional territory. On the day after Christmas, Diddy allegedly begged guards to take him to the prison hospital for observation, convinced he was experiencing a breakdown. When the guards denied his request, things reportedly escalated, with sources claiming he began to lose it even more. With his high-powered legal team, Diddy had been confident he'd be out on bail by now. But spending the holidays locked up at the Metropolitan Detention Center, known for its violence, poor conditions, and infamous celebrity detainees, has turned that confidence into despair. According to an insider, the situation was a nightmare for him. He thought he'd be out by now, the source revealed. Eventually, Diddy managed to calm himself down using the meditation techniques he's been practicing while incarcerated. It took him a few hours of deep breathing and focus to get himself out of that bad headspace, the insider continued. Despite his temporary composure, the pressure of his surroundings is evident. The MDC, the only federal jail in New York City, has a notorious reputation that even the toughest individuals would struggle to endure. This isn't the first time Diddy has attempted to regain some semblance of control while in custody. Insiders claim he's repeatedly tried to leverage his influence to bend the rules. But so far, the system is proving far less accommodating than the lifestyle he's used to. Sean Combs is under fire for alleged relentless efforts to influence witness testimony. Prosecutors claim he utilized other inmates' phone accounts and orchestrated three-way calls to contact unauthorized individuals. According to court filings, Combs allegedly instructed his family to reach out to potential witnesses in his case, evidence revealed through recorded calls. During a recent hearing, Judge Arun Subramanian ordered prosecutors to destroy copies of materials seized from Combs' jail cell while determining if they could be used in his trial. However, the judge also ruled that these materials could not be introduced at Combs' upcoming bail hearing. Combs' defense team argued that the notes were illegally obtained and contained privileged attorney-client communications. Prosecutors countered, stating that a filter team had reviewed the documents, which could point to possible obstruction of justice. Since his arrest on September 16th in Manhattan, Combs has pleaded not guilty and denied all wrongdoing. Despite this, he has been repeatedly denied bail due to concerns over witness tampering. Just last week, his lawyers proposed a $50 million bail package that included round-the-clock monitoring under house arrest. Attorney Alexander Shapiro argued that jail conditions, such as frequent lockdowns and limited access to resources, were severely hindering Combs' ability to prepare for his trial. Prosecutors, however, strongly opposed his release, citing serious risks of danger and obstruction. They accused Combs of orchestrating social media posts in an effort to influence a potential jury pool. One cited example involved a woman, identified as Witness 2, who allegedly drafted a statement with Combs through numerous texts and calls from prison. Prosecutors suggested that Combs may have even paid this witness after the statement was publicly posted. Adding to the allegations, prosecutors pointed to a video posted on November 5th showing Combs' children wishing him a happy birthday. They claimed it was part of a broader public relations strategy designed to sway public opinion and potentially influence jury members. Further accusations include Combs using other inmates' phone accounts to make calls and allegedly directing payments to gain access to those resources. Prosecutors described Combs as running a relentless campaign to contact witnesses, including alleged victims of his abuse. The accusations paint a picture of a man leveraging every tool at his disposal to control the narrative surrounding his case. With these allegations mounting, the stakes in this legal battle are higher than ever. Prosecutors have strongly urged the judge to deny bail, asserting that no set of conditions could adequately mitigate the risks posed by the defendant. The defendant has demonstrated an uncanny ability to get others to do his bidding, they wrote, adding that there is no reason to believe private security personnel would be immune to his influence. Meanwhile, Combs' lawyers have criticized the jail conditions, but prosecutors dismissed those claims, pointing out that one lawyer mentioned, "Food is probably the roughest part of Combs' adjustment to incarceration." As the case gains momentum, legal experts are weighing in on the challenges ahead. The process of appealing a bail denial is particularly daunting. On appeal, the higher court reviews the lower court's decision under an abuse of discretion standard. This means the appellate court can only overturn the ruling if it determines the original decision was unreasonable or outside the bounds of judicial discretion. Essentially, the appellate court must defer to the initial ruling, making it significantly harder to reverse a bail denial. Additionally, when a district or magistrate judge first hears a bail motion, the process operates under a de novo standard, meaning the case is reviewed as if for the first time, with no consideration of prior applications or denials. However, as the case progresses, the situation for the defendant often becomes more challenging. New evidence or additional allegations can further complicate matters, creating a compounding effect that reduces the chances of bail being granted on appeal. Adding to his mounting legal troubles, Sean Diddy, Combs is reportedly causing delays in multiple lawsuits by refusing to leave his jail cell to accept service of the legal documents. This resistance is creating further hurdles in an already complex web of legal proceedings. As the lawsuits continue continue to pile up alongside his criminal case. The Bad Boy Records founder, currently in custody on serious charges, is now facing accusations of stalling legal proceedings. Attorney Tony Busby's co-counsel claims that Diddy's actions have caused significant delays. According to a filing submitted on December 30th, his refusal to cooperate has led to the postponement of 2 key cases. Judges have been urged to reschedule conferences initially planned for January 10th, pushing them to February. Reports suggest that both legal teams have agreed to this adjustment. Among the lawsuits is a case filed by Philip Pines, Diddy's former assistant, accusing him of sexual battery, harassment, and trafficking. According to TMZ, Pines alleges that these incidents occurred between January 2019 and September 2021 during his employment with Diddy. The lawsuit outlines Pines' responsibilities, including managing and cleaning up after events Diddy reportedly referred to as Wild King Nights. These gatherings allegedly involved stocking rooms with alcohol, honey packs, baby oil, sex machines, and illegal drugs. Pines further claims that these parties often lasted for days, leaving him to clean up bodily fluids, drug residue, wrappers, and even blood. Most disturbingly, Pines alleges that Diddy coerced him into engaging in sexual acts with a woman while he watched. Hotel staff were allegedly paid off to ensure that the aftermath of these events remained unreported. Diddy and his legal team have vehemently denied these allegations. In a statement, they asserted, no matter how many lawsuits are filed, it won't change the fact that Mr. Combs has never sexually assaulted or trafficked anyone, man, woman, adult, or minor. We live in a world where anyone can file a lawsuit for any reason. Fortunately, a fair and impartial judicial process exists to find the truth, and Mr. Combs is confident he will prevail in court. Meanwhile, Diddy's life behind bars offers little solace. According to LaVine, inmates at the Metropolitan Detention Center received holiday sacks for Christmas, containing snacks like cookies, potato chips, and candy. However, these sacks have reportedly shrunk in size over the years. It's just a bunch of junk, probably out-of-date items the prison system is trying to pass off as a favor, LaVine remarked. I'm sure they'll give him something, but beyond that mediocre holiday bag, there's not much else he's going to get. Will he maintain his composure as the case against him intensifies? Or will this reported holiday meltdown mark the beginning of more cracks in his defense? One thing's certain, the drama is far from over.